The OKC Thunder just beat the Houston Rockets in a big game in the West, 137 to 128. SGA had 51 points, he completely took over, and outside of maybe Cleveland and maybe Boston, the Thunder just look like they are on a completely different level than the rest of the NBA. The way they move the ball around as a team and play defense while also still having superstar talent on the front end, they are just the perfect basketball team, and in this video, I want to break down this game as well as some of the more recent wins. I want to talk SGA and so much more. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe that we can get there super fast. Alright guys, jumping into it, the OKC Thunder are undoubtedly the favorite in the West, as they are now the second team in the league this year to hit 50 wins, sitting at 50-11. They currently hold the number 1 seed, and what proves how dominant they are is the fact that the 2 seed Lakers are closer to the 10 seed Mavericks than they are this Thunder team. The Thunder have an 11 game advantage on both the Lakers and the Nuggets, and this proves to me that Shai Gilgious-Alexander deserves to be the MVP this season. You can call Shai a foul merchant all you want, but the truth is, Shai is virtually unguardable, and he only shot 10 free throws in this game against the Rockets, which means he still scored 41 other points in the game. He is without a doubt the best scorer in the league right now, and he just finds a way to score at all 3 levels, and is currently averaging 32.6 points a contest, and not only that, he has become a much better passer this year too. And we can't forget about the defense either. He is actually in the top 5 for the Defensive Player of the Year betting odds, averaging nearly 2 steals and a block per game. Sure, Jokic is having an amazing season, and by advanced metrics, maybe the best season of all time, but the Thunder are no doubt the best team in the West, and arguably the best team in the league, and what Shai is doing right now is absolutely ridiculous. Shai has now scored 20 plus points in 56 straight games, the most since 2018 MVP James Harden went on a ridiculous run and had potentially the greatest scoring season ever. SGA also with this game marked his 4th 50 plus game of the season, his 9th 40 plus, and 48th 30 plus, and as Shai said before, everything in his life is consistent, and I think him going out and putting up these numbers on a regular basis is absolutely incredible, and it seems like he is just incapable of having a bad game. This is his 3rd straight year averaging 30 plus now on good shooting splits, his 2nd straight year of playing elite defense, and now the Thunder are by far the best team in the West. It's time to give Shai the respect he deserves. Obviously there are still reasons, and I understand why a lot of people don't like him. He does go to the line a lot, but still, he is just a skilled scorer and at times can be unguardable. Anyways, getting into this game, the Thunder were already coming off a very good 146 to 132 victory over the Spurs the night before, in which SGA had 31, but it was Jaylen Williams who stepped up huge and helped lead the team to victory. Despite a great effort from the likely Rookie of the Year, Stephon Castle. J-Dub responded with the 41-point night, which helped guide the Thunder to a good win, and last night, they were playing a back-to-back against the Rockets, who are right in the thick of the Western Conference and are still a very, very good team. But the Thunder would not be denied. Shai put his backpack on and carried this Thunder team to a huge 137 to 128 victory, in which was just an offensive masterclass from the potential MVP. To give you an idea of how good SGA was last night, he sliced through the Rockets defense for a layup to hit 40 points, and there were still over 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. If you watch this game, the shots he's taking are tough, and there's really no way to stop him. He started strong, driving past Reed Shepherd for a fadeaway mid-range jumper in the paint, then he went at Jalen Green, hesitated, Green flew by but recovered, Jock Landale came in to help, and Shai just took a smooth step back to his left for a baseline midi. Doesn't matter what you try, he's getting to his spot. You can't rush him or mess with his pace. He's doing what he wants. He's also shooting more threes this year, which has helped a lot. He's up from 3.6 attempts per game last season to 5.7 now, hitting them at 37.4%. Last night, he went 5 for 9 from deep, and he wasn't getting easy catch and shoot looks either. Since he's the main guy on offense, they're mostly hard step back threes. He got one over Reed Shepherd late in the 1st, then hit another on the right wing later, and one more over Jeff Green in the 3rd. Still though, his real strength is the mid-range, we all know that. He ended the first half with a clean snatchback mid-range shot over Aaron Holiday, shook him pretty good and made it look routine. Like I said, some people do call Shai a foul merchant, but honestly, he's a generational scorer, one of the best we've seen in a while, and add in his passing, his top 5 Defensive Player of the Year level defense, and the Thunder leading the West by 11 games, it's pretty obvious who should be the MVP this year. And I've talked a lot about Shai, and he deserves it, but let's take a look at why the Thunder are one of the top teams contending for a championship. Because it's not just him, it's the whole squad and how deep they are. Last night's game was close for a while. The Rockets got it down to just one, 68-67 in the third, but then the Thunder pulled away. Shai hit a step back 3 over Shepherd, Jaylen Williams made an open 3, Chet Holmgren drove baseline and lobbed to Isaiah Hartenstein for a dunk, Shai hit another 3. It turned into a 13-0 run, 80-67, that stretched into a 21-5 run, making it 89-72. They stayed ahead by double digits most of the time after that. The Rockets tried to fight back. Cam Whitmore had 24 points and cut it to 8 with a dunk, and they got it to 6 after a timeout. But in like a minute and a half, Lou Dort hit 2 threes, and it was back to a 12-point lead. The Thunder always had an answer, and it ended 137-128, with Dort's 3 locking it up with 25 seconds left. Solid win. The thing with the Thunder is, you think you're hanging in there, down 1 in the third, but then they go on a run because they're that good. For the playoffs, their defense stands out. The last 2 games weren't their best defensively, but they're still the league's top-rated unit at 106 points a game. Guys like Dort, Caruso, and Chet are all in on defense, and even Shai, their star, really cares on that end as well. Most teams can't say that. They also take care of the ball with the best assist-to-turnover ratio in the league at 2.3. Their net rating, points differential, is 12.7, second all-time behind the 95-96 Bulls at 13.4. That's better than the 96-97 Bulls, the 16-17 Warriors, and last year's Celtics. All championship teams. That's how strong they are. Some people say they don't have playoff experience or point to last year's early exit. Fair enough, but they've really improved a ton this year and added vets to fix what went wrong. Josh Giddey couldn't space the floor last postseason, so they traded him for Alex Caruso, a 3-and-D guy who's won a ring with the Lakers. They were undersized at times, so they got Isaiah Hartenstein, who's been huge all season and has playoff experience from the Knicks. Sam Presti's built something solid here. You've got stars like Shai, J-Dub, Chet, and Hartenstein, but it's more than that. Lou Dort went undrafted, now he's one of the best defenders and is shooting 40% from behind the line. The bench with Caruso, Aaron Wiggins, Wallace, Isaiah Joe, Kenrich Williams, Jaylen Williams, these guys fit perfectly and could play on any team. Aaron Wiggins dropped 41 earlier this year, and then Isaiah Joe's a sharpshooter, Wallace can start whenever, and they've got a great coach too that should win Coach of the Year, but it could be Kenny Atkinson. I could see it going either way. And speaking of Cleveland, a Thunder Cavs finals would be so cool. They're 1-1 this season, and it'd be the top defense against the top offense. 2 teams in the all-time top 6 for net rating with 2 smart coaches. I'd definitely watch that all day long. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about this Thunder team. They are playing some exciting basketball. Definitely curious to hear what you guys have to say and what you have thought if you're a Thunder fan about what you've seen from them the last few games. Please be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't yet. And until next time, I will see you all later.